Oh, it's that time again. Yada 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 yada. What am I talking about today? Well, I guess in short, it's why I detest the left side of the political spectrum. I I I flat out I don't want to use this word lightly. Now when I say detest, it goes a little further than that. It's more abject hatred towards the left. And doesn't it doesn't really matter what the skin color is or how tall they are, if they're male or female or Zim Zerb or whatever. I hate anyone on the left. And I've said this before in many of my videos, and just by looking at my catalog of my videos the last 3 years and some change, you know I hate the left. But I didn't start out growing up hating the left. Before I go into that, I'm going to show you this real quick video of Gavin McInnes and Anthony Cumia and their hatred of the left. And it's basically how I feel. I don't hate anyone just because they're different from me. That has nothing to do with it. I hate the way they're voting because in a sense they're trying to literally kill us all. They are. The left is trying to kill us. Case in point, look at the Jason Aldean thing. That's all you need to know. So without further ado, here's that video.
Fucking hate them. You want to talk about prejudice and bigotry?
Yeah.
I fucking hate the left now.
Like every race or religion or sexuality that I am looked at like I hate, people go, "Oh, you're this or that or the other thing." It doesn't top the liberal.
It doesn't
who's
come
tied to it.
close.
It's like a mob when the FBI has all the mob people. Like I'll have blacks and Jews and then there's gays but at the top is the white liberal.
Yeah.
The American white liberals, the Don.
And this chart, by the way, it doesn't really look that much like the typical mafia chart because it's like.
Yeah.
Then there's these long lines. Like you can barely see the liberal at the top.
Right.
Like, you got to put on binoculars to see him. You're like, oh, that's the main guy.
Yeah.
Wow, he sucks.
But something tells me there's one more string of yarn, and you know who that goes to.
So I'm going to go into what happened to me growing up. When I grew up, and this was like, the early 80s, and it was northern San Diego area-ish, and, pretty diverse, in a matter of speaking. Growing up, my parents weren't politically active. My mom was a liberal, but she turned around later in life, and she ain't a liberal anymore. My dad was always conservative-ish. That's the way he voted. I don't know how my mom voted, but he would listen to sometimes he'd listen to talk radio, but it was more about like, this is after my parents were divorced, but like, relationship stuff and all that. But as I got older, when my brother was around too, he would just start talking about Democrats and how much of pieces of human trash they are. And I started noticing things, going to school, and the teachers, they were just all liberals, and and that was a thing back then. You didn't know your teacher's first name. It was Mr. or Mrs. whatever it was. They didn't drop any, political, they didn't have, pride. None of that crap existed, thankfully. But as I was growing up, and once I joined the Army, that's when I started noticing certain things about the left that I extremely hated. And we're at a point now, when it all comes full circle, now we see the left in living color. This is the left right here. They hate you. They make no bones about them hating us. They hate you, they hate me, they hate your family, they hate the way you vote. And naturally, on the reverse, I hate them. Now, you're going to get some leftists out there that are going to say, well, I don't hate you. That you're just projecting. Projecting what? Your own political side. Well, I don't aspire to be them, but you still vote them in. You still support what they do. So, and I guess I guess what I'm trying to say is, when someone says that to you, they say, "Well, I don't hate you. You're just projecting. You hate me. You want to hurt." No. At no point have I ever wanted to do anything, and I still don't, for you leftists out there and you scumbag FBI agents and the Department of Homeland Security, all the alphabet agencies. I don't like you either, okay? But the point is that I'm not going to go do something about it. I have no plans to do anything. It's just a feeling I have. I'm sorry, federal government. Am I allowed to not have feelings anymore? Because if I remember correctly, you were allowed to during the Summer of Love, people were allowed to have feelings, burning down stores and killing people. So you allowed that, leftists out there. You allowed that in your own cities. Because just like in that video, when Anthony Cumia says, or Gavin McGinnis was saying that it's not, a group like this, it's leftists and liberals all the way to the top. I don't like them. I wish nothing but, I can't say that on YouTube, but you know what I'm going with that, right? I don't like leftists. I despise them. I despise Democrats and communists and socialists and liberals and, even disaffected liberals. I don't like you. Pick a side. Even people in the center. Well, that don't expose me anything. No, people in the center usually vote left. So pick a side. Don't sit there and try to say to me that I look at both sides and I choose my word. Fuck you. You do not. Leftists, if you give them enough space and rope, they will kill you. Now, let's unpack that a little bit right now. It's not that they're going to go out there right now and do it. But there will come a time where these leftist kitty diddlers out there, and that's all you have to know about them, is that the leftists out there, they were mad at the sound of freedom. They were mad. Why? Because it exposes a raw wound for them. And they were mad to the point to where they were protesting a movie about a guy trying to save children from sex trafficking. Yeah. You heard that correctly. They were mad at the fact that somebody was trying to save children. That right there is enough for me to say I hate left. I hate the left. I hate Democrats. I hate liberals. I hate them. I hate them with every fiber of my being. I can't say that, but again, I won't help them do anything. I won't. I'm not to the point now where I'm not going to find out who's my neighbors, how they vote. And I won't help them. That's at the point we're at. I know what you're going to say. Well, God, you're not really Christian. No, I never said I was a good Christian either. Never said that. I said I was, but I never said I was a good one. Maybe I need to read the Bible more to sort of, I guess, forgive these leftist douchebags. But I can't do that now. I'm not in a place where I can forgive the left for all the crap they started, all the crap they're continuing to push on us. I can't. I can't forgive them. And I won't forgive them. I have no reason to forgive them. Why should I? I shouldn't. Neither should you. But again, you can do what you want. I'm here just ranting and raving and having a nice cold Panamanian beer at 11 o'clock in the morning. But I guess that's really about it. I don't know what else to say. I'll probably do another video on why I hate the left again, but I mean, I can't stand them. Anytime I go on YouTube or Rumble, or I see some leftist up there spewing BS, then I look at the news, I'm thinking, Just right there. Lab-grown meat can be horrible for the environment, in addition to tasting horrible. San Francisco stores resort to comically extreme measures to prevent shoplifting. That right there should be more than enough evidence for you to hate the left. Convicted felon released early by then Oregon governor, now a suspected serial killer. The right does this some too, as well. They're weak for the most part. Our left, right-leaning politicians are pretty weak for the most part. They get up there and grandstand. I get it, but who am I going to vote for? People on the left? Or just stay home? Yeah, that staying home during an election cycle. Yeah, that's smart, right? Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, and just let the chips fall where they may, right? Yeah, that's stupid. It's dumb, idiotic, foolish. I don't know. I can't. I don't want to live with them. I don't. It burns me anytime I go out and I see somebody with a coexist sticker or some stupid Democrat, bumper sticker. I'm just thinking, how are these people smart enough to drive a car? They're idiots. And I want nothing to do with them. They are the reason why all this, believe it or not, okay, the reason why we're all in this freaking sinking boat we call the United States is because of the left. It's because of the left side of the political spectrum. The people who vote for them are just as bad as the politicians. Anybody on the left. Doesn't matter. What creed, what color, where you're from, where you came from. If you were born in a different country, you come to this country and you're still a leftist, I don't like you. I don't like you. In fact, I don't. And nowhere in the Constitution says I have to like you, or I have to help you, or I have to break bread with you, or I have to listen to your bullshit political ideology. I don't, and I won't. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this video. I think that's what this Beer with Lazlo series is, just me just going off the cuff and sort of ranting. Usually I do it on my phone when I was on vacation. But again, what else am I supposed to do? Forgive them? Forgive them for what? They're trying to hurt me and my family. My family and I. Depends on what type of English you want to talk here. They want to hurt you. Now, they don't want to get their hands dirty. So when they're talking about, when these leftists out there on Twitter or whatever, when they get out there and spew their BS, and they'll say, well, we should confiscate all firearms. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have the federal government do it because they don't want to get their hands dirty. That's how you can tell how weak the left is. They don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't want to, do the work for all the bullshit that they push. I want to confiscate all the firearms. Okay, cool. You do it. Oh, no, not me. No. Well, why not? You seem all about doing it. Why don't you do it? No, I can't do it. Oh, okay. Just don't want to get your hands dirty. Well, it's not my job, but I want all the guns to be gone. Okay. Start with me then. Do it. Or start with your neighbor. Break into their house. Knock on their door. I'm not saying do this because this is a stupid way of going to the hereafter, which I know you leftists don't believe in, so you should be happy about that. But again, if you're really that hard up and hardcore about pushing one of your bullshit political ideology, talking points, then do it yourself. Gather up a bunch of people and do it. I'm not saying to do it. No. I'm not saying doing it because that's a good way of getting a lot of people hurt. I don't want to see people hurt. I know the leftists do. They love when people get hurt. They love it. I don't want to see that happen. But there will be a time, and hopefully I'm not involved in it because I want nothing to do with it. FBI, DHS, YouTube, etc. I want nothing to do with it. I don't want to be involved in some sort of armed standoff or some sort of fighting my neighbor. But there will come a time to where when this country does fall and the bubble effect comes in full circle, you have to understand that what the left is actually asking for, they don't really want. And they will lose in spectacular form. Because let's face it, the left, they're cowards. They're weak. They only get some power in their large groups. But when you get them one-on-one, they're weak. They can't fight. They can't handle themselves. They don't know what to do when the power goes out. They don't. And I want nothing to do with them. I want to be left alone. That's the whole point of this thing, too, I think, in closing, is that at one point in my life, I was like, you know what? Why don't they just leave me alone? Just leave me alone. You do what you want in California. You fuck that state up. But continue to fuck it up. Stay over there. Don't move from there because you fucked it up like a virus. You destroyed the host. Don't do that. No. Stay there and fuck it up more. I want nothing to do with you. However, in this instance, when you think you can get one over on me and try to vote in your bullshit political ideology into whatever thing you're pushing, once that happens and it goes sour for you, don't come looking to me for help, because you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it.